Hello, Melissa here at Unlocked Crafts. How you guys doing today? I am starting a new product line, and my first customers that are going to get it are Monica and Jennifer. They asked for it, and now I can show them how to do it. It is a starter kit for rice mosaics. Shout out to you two for helping me expand my business. So you guys are going to get an 8x8 canvas panel with the design that you asked for. Da-dee-da-dum. There you go. And Jennifer, you asked for the monarch. So this is your color sheet to go by. And I also did a color by number for you. That was Jennifer's. This is Monica's. Monica, yes, for the blue one. And your color by number sheet as well. You're also going to get in your kits a tweezers. They're handy. You're going to get a 2-ounce glue bottle. It will be labeled. I'm actually cutting out the labels for it now. You will also get rags that I'm going to cut up a lot neater than this, but it will still be rags to wipe off your tweezers. You're also going to get little baggies full of the rice that you need for your butterflies. Each one will be labeled with how many ounces are in the bag and what color. So we can do that. Let's see what else. That is pretty much everything that I can think of that's going to go into your kits. So thank you, welcome, and enjoy the show. And I want to see these when they're done. Monica, yours is the blue and light blue one. And Jennifer, yours is the orange and light orange one. You don't need all that extra paper there. And also I'm going to do a number chart for you guys. In your kits you'll have paper for your rice, like I do. You can use copy paper, whatever kind of paper, whatever scrap paper you have around the house. See, like I said, I have you guys is already drawn on your canvases. I just have to number them for you and do your chart. Included in your kit, you will get the colored rice, the orange and light orange, blue, light blue, the black for the outline and fill-ins of your butterfly, and the background color. And I am thinking for Jennifer's, I am going to do like a sky blue color for your background. And for you, Monica, I am thinking maybe like a green, a shade of green for you, because I know how you like that mint green that I did for your tumbler. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find that for us, for your background. Okay, so here we go. Now, because these circles keep on pushing the wrong button. These circles are a little small. So what we're going to do, and with that, because we want to be able to differentiate them from the background, we are going to outline in black, and then on the inside we're going to do your light or dark colors depending on how I'm shading it. And I have mine colored in, so give me a minute here. I gotta bring it up. And that is, where is it? I don't have mine done. I don't have mine colored in, but I'm gonna go off of one of your ladies' butterflies. So the light colors, the light color will be along the top edge of, or a solid for your small circles. So the light color, for me, is going to be the pinks. Where's my glue? Where did I put that? I was moving things around the other day. And, of course, oh, here it is, on the floor. You will get the multi-purpose glue, Elmer's Glue All multi-purpose glue. And that will be included in your kit. As well as the tweezers and rag and your papers and your colored rice. And a rag. If I didn't say that already, I probably did. I have a list of what's going in your kit. And I probably put it, where the heck did I put that? Okay, here it is. So in your kit, for your starter kits, you'll have the 8x8 canvas panel with the image already on it, tweezers, Elmer's glue, colored rag, and small sheets of paper for your rice. So here we go. Start on the bottom. You can start anywhere you want to start. I would suggest the smaller circles first. So we're going to outline it just a little bit, and then we're going to fill it in and put the rest of the circle in black around it. This is just so you guys get an idea of how we're placing this together. And because I have to figure out how much rice is going to be used anyway, so we are going to go ahead and do this way, so I know how much rice is going to be used for the images for the ladies, so I include the proper amount of rice. Now I'm just spreading it out so that I can kind of follow my lining. You girls probably already know how to basically do this. So I'll be cutting you guys a fresh piece of cloth for your rags, for your mosaics that I'm sending you, your starter kits. I just need to wipe off my tweezers. You don't need a big rag, because you're just wiping off the glue off of your tweezers. There we go. I'm using pink, and pink is going to be my light color, like your light blue or your light orange. Now if you find a different method that works better for you for grabbing your rice, go for it. See what I did is I put the black on the outside edge. I put my pink on the inside, which you'll be putting your light blue or light orange on the inside for your smaller circles. And you're going to outline that with your black rice. And as I've said before, if it starts moving around too much on you ladies, stop working on that part of your project and move on to a different part of your project. Just to wait for the glue to dry enough so it's not moving around on you. Because you don't need that mess, because it can get frustrating. Now there will probably be some gaps, but those are easy to fill in if you want to. You can either close it with the surrounding black lineage rice. You can also break up your colors of rice and just put them in there, those little bits and pieces. It's not going to be really noticeable except for to you. I can guarantee it. I'm going to do this along the whole edges of the colored the circles here. Now the bigger circles, I'll put the light and the dark colors in it. And I like the long grain rice for this, for the outlining stuff. So I use a lot of the long grain rice for a lot of everything, really. You can use the short grain if you want to, but I'm going to tell you right now, yes, they're easier to cut because they're fatter, but at the same time, I just like the skinny long grain rice better. See, I have that half circle made. Oh shoot, I'm so sorry. I have this too low. You didn't see what I was doing. I am so sorry, guys. Let me do the next one. Now, the circle's only half done there. This here circle right there is only half done. But I don't want it to move around, so I'm going to move on to my next circle, or half circle. I'll probably do the top half so that it can dry a little bit. You guys will get the idea pretty quickly. Just to get an idea of how much rice I actually use. And like I said before, please don't hesitate to ask me questions if you need help on this project. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to try to have this finished by the end of this week, but there's no promises considering that I work as well as doing this. Now, those on the bottom are dry enough for it not to move around too much, so I'm going to go ahead and go back down there. I'm going to go ahead and make that one purple because the other one is pink. You guys don't have to go by the color chart if you don't want to. I just am going to put it in there as kind of like a suggestion, more or less. You can do whatever you want with your kits. If you like it better as one color, that's fine. If you like it the two-tone, that's fine. I want to see these projects when you guys are done. I think it'll be neat. Or at least I think you will. Or you may get exasperated. I don't know. Sometimes it can be exasperating. Just if it gets to be too exasperating, put it aside for a little while and come back to it later. You're not going to be perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. And don't get discouraged. Because, let me tell you, this is not always easy to do. When I first started this, it was definitely a challenge for me since I didn't know the first step. You guys are way ahead of the game by actually watching my videos and stuff of how I do it. Other people have different ways of doing it. It all depends on how you do it. But at least you got a foot in the door, so to speak, of how to accomplish a rice mosaic. And I think you girls will do a beautiful job. And I think you'll have fun doing it. And see, it's moving a little bit. But I'm just going to fight with it a little because I already laid the glue down. You don't have to fight with it. You can just let it dry enough where it won't move on you. That's the way, that's the way it probably should be done. but I'm trying to get this done pretty quick for you ladies so I can get it out to you, so I can get your kits out to you. So and they don't have to be perfectly circular, because in nature there's no such thing as perfect. At least in my opinion. But that's what makes it unique. I'm going to let that dry for a little while before I tackle anything that I see that's missing. Because the other one, I moved a little bit of the lighter color there. Just a little bit. But it's not noticeable to anybody but me. Okay. I'm going to do this middle one right here. And it'd be done pretty much the same way on both sides of the butterfly. So what I'll probably do is just at least do one side of the butterfly in the video for you guys. And then fast forward through the second half of the butterfly. So you guys can see that I am completing it. Whoa. I almost messed that up. Because the lines are going to be are outlining. I'm outlining. I have all three of my colors that I'm using for my butterfly out. You don't have to do it this way. You don't even have to outline it if you don't want to, but I find it easier to do it that way. Because you're going to get in there really tight with your black, because all these, the lines between the circles are a little tight. I think I'm going to probably add white to your white rice for you guys, in case you want to make some of your circles white. I'm not going to make mine white, but I'm going to add maybe a couple ounces of white for you guys so that you can put white on yours if you want to. Where in the heck? Ugh. Where did I put it? Where did it go? And like I said, you can do whatever you feel you want to do with your mosaics. I want to see them when they're done, though, because I want to see what you do. Curiosity and all that. There's a very small circle right here that I'm working on. So that's why you see just one little grain of pink. Because it is such a small circle that not very much rice is going to fit in there. You can break it up and put a little bit more than that, or you can make the circle bigger if you want to, or smaller than, well, or you can just hide the circle completely with black. It's all up to you. I'm just sending a suggestion palette color number color chart. It's just for suggestion. Just so you guys know where the colors are supposed to go in the end. You can change it any way you want. Whatever makes you happy. Because we have our own outlook of how things should be finished, or looking, or whatever. See? There we go. Ta-da! Sorry. I have to have some fun. It's not all about teaching. Well, it is, but I like to have fun too. The bigger circles, like the one that I'm putting glue on right now, you can actually put your black outline on first and fill it in. After it dries. The bigger circles are going to be a lot easier than the small ones. They usually are. And once we get the smaller circles filled in, it'll go pretty quick. Imagine, I learned all this stuff by trial and error. My mom used to use art string. I don't know what type of string she used for her outlining. I tried it. I couldn't get it to work the way I wanted it to, so that's why I outline with black rice rather than the string art string. You can use that if you prefer to do it that way, but I just had so much trouble with it. I said, no, I couldn't do it. So my mom didn't teach me how to do this. This is all, it's all trial and error. It was. And now I'm to that point where I can pretty much do almost anything I want to do as far as images. The only thing that I don't do, as I've told you guys over and over, is people. And that's because you can't shade rice like you can with paints and crayons and stuff like that. It's so hard to get that in-between color that you want. So that's why I don't do a whole lot of shading stuff. Now, some shades work better than others. But as far as people, I have not really gotten shading down as far as coloring the rice. I'm going to try again, obviously, because I do want to eventually move into that direction of being able to do some portraits and stuff. But it's just, right now, I'm having a difficult time with that. With the shading of the rice, because trying to get it to be the perfect shade is impossible for me right now at this point. I got to play around with it more. That was an update on my father-in-law. So, sorry for the interruption. You don't have to close the circles if you don't want to. I am just because I think it looks better, but I mean, you don't have to close them. But I like it. I like them closed, so that's why I'm doing it. And it'll look really nice when I'm done. And of course, yours will too. And I want to see it when it's done. You gotta post it. No, you don't have to. But I would really love to see it. You can even private message me a picture if you don't like it. But I want to see how you guys did. And yes, this takes patience and time to do, so just so you know. Everything takes time. You guys already know that. Oh shoot. I moved it. It's okay. There we go. I know they look a little weird right now, but when you're finished, it'll look really nice. I promise. And yes, I know I talk too much. Okay, this is where we're just going to move things around a little bit. Just enough to fit a rice or two inside of that circle. Now that's got to dry first, so I'm going to let that dry, or at least, semi-dry, so that I can get inside of it. This is why I usually go from the inside out, but because I'm outlining, it's a little bit of a combination of doing your outline and your color. Your outline and your color. Let's see, which one is that? 1, 2, 3. So that is going to be a pink as well. Or light orange or light blue. And like I said, I am going to give you the pictures that are already colored in for your reference. I am also going to do a number chart for you and label that for you on a separate piece of paper like this. So you may see on this piece of paper, I am going to probably draw small little wavy lines to break up the circles so I can label it 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2, and of course black's going to be through. Well, we'll see what I do, but you'll understand once it comes to doing the middle. Alright, here we go. You see, some of it's a little tight, and that's to be expected because I filled it in before I put the black in there, which I should have probably put the black first. Now if you press down a little bit, it will go flush with your canvas. It'll be fine. If you see things moving, then you might want to wait until for things to dry before you do this part of it. Okay, just so you know. Oops, I have small bits and pieces here. You're going to have small bits and pieces of rice, or you can even break your rice down into small bits and pieces. But I promise, you'll love it when you're done. I'm going to let this to completely dry. While it's drying, I'm going to move on to another spot here because I don't want to move it around too much. Alright, I'm going to leave it alone. Otherwise I'll mess it up. Like I said, I'm going to do at least one side of this completely. So you guys have an idea what you guys are doing. And don't hesitate to ask me questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. Now the one on the bottom here that I started earlier should be dry enough for me to play around with it. What am I doing with that one? I'm going to do half and half. That's what I'm going to do. Ooh, I just got dizzy. Sorry. Half this is going to be pink and half of this is going to be purple. Yours is going to be half blue and light blue, and Jennifer's, you're going to have a half orange, half dark orange. You can mix it up if you want. Now I'm going to see if I can show you. Let's see. Get this in camera range. Alright. Let's see if I can get this where you can see it. Yep. Okay. I'm going to move my finger out of the way. Dang it. Alright. Let me stop. Right there. See, there's a little... Damn it. Maybe I can do it this way. Alright. Let's see if I can do it. Or if that's just too... What did I do? Too far. There we go. Whoop. Too far. Alright guys, I know it's trying to focus on the canvas and it's a little blurry, so I'll try to Oops. Move it the other way. Alright. See this little indent in the rice? That can line up really nicely with the tail of the rice. I should get another, I don't want to really open the other thing, but my fingers are too big for you to see what I'm trying to show you. This will go like that, and I just dropped it. Sorry. Alright, I got, see how it fits together? That's how it's going to fit together on the board. Okay, ladies? Especially when you're trying to make things mesh with the two colors. That's how I'm going to put the purple and the pink together with that little indent going to the tail of the first one. So it'll look almost seamless. Okay, so the purple's going to go, because the purple, I mean, all rice is made like that. So you're going to use that little indent and you're going to line it up as close as possible to your pink, oh well, I'm sorry, your light blue or your dark orange or your dark blue or your dark orange, depending on how you decide to do it. Okay? That's how I'm doing it. You may find a simpler way, or you may just say frontwards and backwards. Either way, as long as you like the way that it looks, that's all that matters. In the end, that's really what matters. Okay. I'm just trying to show you what I do. This is more detailed than I do my normal videos because I want you all to get a, be happy with your starter kits. I think they were laying doggone chicken manure today. I can smell it in the house now. And you see, I'm just, okay. So hopefully, I don't know if we can focus on that, but we're going to try. The glue is hiding the edges for us right now. But that's kind of what it's going to look like. And like I said before, while it's wet and you want to see if you can push it down to the board a little bit more, and sometimes that'll actually put it closer together for you. Okay? So now you have an idea what you're trying to accomplish there. I drew the circles too close together for us. So if you want to cover up a circle or, use it, that's up to you. I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm just going to give you, like I said, I'm going to give you the color charts, and you can decide what you want to do with them. I'm filling in the circles just to show you it can be done. It doesn't have to be done, but it can be done. And I might skip a circle if I feel that it's too close to the first circle that I'm trying to make it look really nice. So, like I said, you'll decide what you want to do with it as it goes along. I'm going to go ahead and out focus it, or back it off a little bit. There we go. And you can see what I'm talking about. It's all about how you want it to look in the end. It's all about you, ladies. Yeah. Okay. I got a couple of fillers here that I want to do. Now I will be sending you the kits as soon as I finish this particular mosaic, because I want to send you the right amount of rice. I'll probably send a bit of extra rice into your kits just in case, because I know I have what I call the dropsies. Oops, wrong color. Right color. So you'll have definitely plenty to finish your mosaics. I see all the blank stuff, so don't mind me. You can fill them in, you don't have to fill them in. People aren't going to notice those very small spots like that. Only we are. Because we try to be perfectionist in our craft. Keyword is try. There we go. Okay. So you girls see what I'm talking about, right? With the trying to make it look the way we want it to end up looking like. Now you can always just leave it one color. You don't have to do the, like you can do one circle, one color, your blue or your dark blue, or your orange and your dark orange, one or the other, and you can just, either every other one instead of doing it the way I'm doing it. It's all up to you. And I hope that you guys get some fun out of this. And I'm going to make one of these circles disappear, 10 to 1. I know me. Because it's so close together, so I might just skip one and color the surrounding area black. Nobody will ever know that it was there except for you. Depends on how much of a detail you want to put into it. Okay, that's really what it boils down to, is how you want it to look. If you're happy with it, that's really what counts in the long run. And trust me, when I say this, sometimes in the middle of your project, you will get where you're like, I want to throw this all out. Don't do it. Don't throw it out. Walk away from it. Come back to it. Finish it as it is. And when you finish it, you'll like it. You'll like it. Trust me. Because there's been times that I've thrown out something that I thought I should have kept, but I didn't like it. And sometimes that does happen. But I'm telling you from my other experiences, because like for instance, my Easter mosaics that I just put on YouTube not too long ago, just before Easter, I didn't like how it was going. I didn't like the eggs that I did for the Easter eggs underneath the chicks, but I left them alone and I said, just leave it alone, finish it, then think about if you like it or not. And I ended up liking it. That's why I say don't throw them out if you're getting frustrated. Just walk away from it. Do something else. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of the black outlining first today, so. And you can do this in any order you want, but the reason I'm doing it this way, because you see how much it's crowding each other when you're trying to lay your rice. So that's one of the reasons I'm outlining now rather than waiting until it's filled up. Because you're not going to be able to get all the way around the circle if you wait to do it. Because I did start a previous butterfly, but I wanted to have the effect of the black outlining, so I didn't throw it out. I will probably finish it and I will videotape it, but that's not what I wanted to show you guys. This is what I wanted to show you guys. And I'll do the other one. I'll finish the other one probably later. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. I got several started that I haven't finished. Because I didn't like, I got either bored with it or I just didn't like it the way it was headed. Or I was getting frustrated with it. And I'll get back to it. I know it looks a little goofy right now, but it won't when it's done. I promise you, girls. This one is going to be purple. That's what I want it to be. Or do I want it pink? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Decisions. I think I'm going to do it pink. That means the wind on the other wing, hello, I can't talk today, is also going to be pink around that same circle area. Of course, by the time I get there, I'm going to be like, what did I do? I'll mess it up. I should put a little P where I want that pink before I forget. It won't show up, so see, it's pretty much a mirror, of a double image here. So this is going to be pink, this is going to be half and half. Well, no, it's not. Pink, purple, this is going to be half and half. And this one's going to be pink because that's what I'm doing right here. I put pink there so I know that that's what I'm doing. This will not show up because you're covering it with rice. And this will be whatever colors I make these two, which will probably be purple and then pink. I just did that for my own benefit because I'll forget by the time I get over there. And then, yeah, sometimes I don't always look on the opposite side of my mosaic and say, oh, yeah, that's right, I was going to do that, wasn't I? So this is pink. Or you're going to do light blue, light orange. I almost said yellow. It's not a yellowtail. It is a monarch. So you're probably going to put a light orange, Jennifer, and Monica will be putting a light blue there. Unless she does it the opposite way and she wants the darker color to be more prominent. And same with you. You might want the darker more prominent. This is just a guide. There we go. And that's pink. You know what? I'm going to make this a bigger circle. Okay. So I'm actually going to make it, whoops. You guys can do this too to yours if you want to, because I want to be able to outline that in black. Of course, it'll be changed by the time I'm done with it. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. You can always change your image before you finish your mosaic. So do not hesitate to do so if that's what you want to do. That's the whole fun of the mosaics. You can change it as you go along, or you can keep it the same way you want it. Or whatever. You know, it's all about how you want it to look in the end. This one is going to be purple. I'm going to make this a totally purple thing. I might change my mind. I don't know. I doubt it. We'll see. Because you guys are doing it with me. I think I'm going to put one more row of purple, since it's almost like on the outside edge of the wing anyway. And then we're going to finish outlining it and see how it goes. See? There we go. And then we're going to use our black to outline it. My glue bottle picked up my rice. That does happen. It's an easy fix. You just wipe off your tip of your glue bottle with your rag that's included in your kit. It's no big deal. Don't get excited. It happens all the time. So it's not just you. go. Alright. I may do some filling in of my own, just because I want to. It's not something that has to be done. Alright, here we go. Now this part of the wing that I just put glue into is going to be pink. The top half of the wing is going to be purple. And in your case, ladies, the bottom may be dark pink. Dark blue, light blue, or vice versa. And same with the other one, light orange to dark orange, or dark orange to light orange, depending on how you want it. Or you can have a full color of one or the other. I'm using purple and pink so I don't use up the oranges and blues. Okay. The longer ones will be easier to do that with, as far as your color shifting. You know, the lights to the darks or vice versa, whatever way you're doing it. The longer designs on the wings will be easier to do than these little ones. So it's all up to you how you want to do it. And whatever's easier for you and whatever you like better. Because you'll find your own way of doing it that appeals to you. And see what I'm talking about right there. Like I said before, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I think you guys pretty much have the idea of how the little ones are going. I'm going to finish them up, and I'm going to start on the bigger designs, and then we're going to fill all this side in with the blacks, because it's, you know, black filler for the outlines and for the background of the butterfly itself. Not the background of the whole picture, just the background of the butterfly. So that's the way the butterfly looks overall. Okay. This one I'm going to leave pink. And the outline's going to be, of course, black, because that's the outlines of the butterfly. One's a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut it. The only thing that I'm not including in your kits is a sharp object to cut your rice with. I don't know if that's short enough or not. We'll find out. Ooh, barely fit there. There we go. There we go. Now if you want to just like do every other color like that, you can do it that way as well. So whatever way you want to do it. In the end, it's up to you. Oops. Light is on the bottom, Melissa. And dark is on the top. There we go. Smart girl. There we go. I like to think of this as a giant puzzle. Puzzle that I created, of course, but a puzzle no less. So I will be right back. Now, I'm going to do the, hold on a minute, I want to wipe off my glue nozzle here. Alright. I'm gonna do part pink and part purple. And you guys are gonna do your light color, which might be orange or blue, and then your dark color, which will be orange or blue. You could also turn around and do your dark color first. But I'm going to label your stuff light to dark. You can change it around if you want. After all, this is your mosaic. And this will go a little bit faster than the small bits that you were doing earlier, because it's a bigger space and you can lay down more rice at a time than you were able to do earlier. As you can see, we have it outlined really well. Not a whole lot of gaps in there. I'm going to put like maybe 2 or 3 rows of pink. And then I'll do the same thing with the purple. You guys will be doing your blue and orange the same way. Just laying them down. Laying them down. You can also go side to side if you wanted to. I'm going up, vertical. Horizontal. I'm sorry, horizontal. But you can do vertical if you want. Depends on how you want your end result to come out. If you put too much glue down, it will dry, and you'll have to lay more down. So that's one thing you want to be careful of. It's not quite as bad as Mod Podge, but it does dry quickly. That's why you want to lay this down as quickly as you can, if you put a lot of glue on it. And that's another use for your rag as well. Like if you feel like you put too much down, you can take your rag and just wipe it up before it completely dries, so it won't be hard to lay down new glue on top of that, and it won't be bumpy. I'm showing you all my mistakes so you won't make as many. There's a little bit of over gluing on the tip. Sometimes there does that, but it's easy enough to wipe that off with a rag. If you're afraid that it's going to pick up rice that you don't want it to pick up, because it will do that. And the reason I know that is because I've done it before. I'm going to use a rag to wipe off my fingers as well, because it's easy to make a mess. See how nicely that's coming out? One more row. So it ended up being 4 rows this way. If you do lay the rice the other way, you'll get more rows, but it'll look a little bit different than mine does, because you're going vertical rather than horizontal. I just like this look better. You might like the other way better, so whatever you like best. See, that looks really nice. And I'm going to do the other half in purple. And I'm going to do that with all these. Light to dark. You guys can do it whichever way you feel more comfortable with, or whichever way you want to have it go dark to light. That's fine too. I've done it both ways. Now, I've never done the vertical, the up and down way of laying the rice on the butterflies. I've never tried that. Maybe my next one I will. Try it, I mean. Yep, I want purple. I almost picked up pink again. Once you get your designs all filled out, the rest of the butterfly is black. So that's what you'll be doing. But you want to do your designs first so you can get them out of your way and you won't be overcrowding them. If that makes sense to you guys. My alarm clock's going to go off in about another hour, give or take. Because we're down to one car right now. He drives me to work. I get off at lunchtime. And then I drive him home. Lucky for us, we actually work at the same store. Just different departments. I work as a prep person. He works as a cashier, drive-through, and all that. Runner, all that. I'll probably cut that out of the video. Don't need all that information. There is a light spot of blue there. Wasn't as much as I wanted. But then I put down too much, so I had to bring it back up. And there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That's how your wings are going to look. Basically. Unless you want to make them all one color. Like make this one your orange or blue, dark orange or blue, light, dark, light, dark. And that was what I was talking about with your circles too, but it's so much easier to explain when you're on a bigger piece so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. And I'll show you in a little bit what the rest of them look like. Okay, in between the first design and the second design, you're putting your black again, not only for the outline, but because it's going to be black in between the two as well, because that's the color of your butterfly, part of the color of your butterfly. Let's see, just like that. I almost forgot to tell you guys that. We're just going to run that right up. Because it's part of the color of the wing, and it's also your outline. And this way, it won't be so difficult to fill in if you do this part right along with your outline. Because you see this blank space right here, that's going to be black. I'm not ready to fill it. I'm not ready to fill it in yet. And I will when I get that part done. And you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just easier to do it this way for me. And I'm all about the easy way of doing things. So that'll be the outline and the background of the wing itself. And this will be black right here too.
See upstairs.
Shaggy, Scoop, come back. Too late. They're probably the fastest chickens in the West. What is that glow?
It's only Mr. Baldwin burning something.
It's going away. Now we can see what he was burning. Come on.
Faster, Scoop. A couple more steps and we'll be out of this freaky basement. Like where did he come from? Old Baldwin was burning papers. Uh-oh. Wake up. Pterodactyl.
I don't see anything.
There's not much left of it, Velma, but it might be a clue.
I can tell there's not enough light to read by out here.
Well, come on. Let's go get Shaggy and Scooby out of the barn.
Shaggy, Scooby.
Like there's nobody here but us girls.
Chicken burritos, on out. The coast is clear.
Am I glad old prehistoric puss is gone?
This mystery keeps getting more mysterious every minute.
Well, you know where we can solve it. Up there at the cave where we first saw the ghosts. Oh, no, you can count me out, old friend. I'm not going back to those caves anymore. Okay, Shag.
Oh.
We go by ourselves. On second thought, there's safety in numbers. I hope.
These sure-footed little girls will take us straight to the cave.
Like that's what I'm afraid of.
Golly, there are creepy caves all over the canyon.
Right. We're heading for the big one now. Come.
So far, so good.
That pterodactyl will leave us alone. Maybe we can sneak up on him and find out what he's up to. We don't have to sneak up on him. He snuck up on us. Let's get out of here. Whoa! Can't we go any faster than this?
These little girls were not built for speed, Shaggy.
Maybe they're not. But we are. Here it comes. An aerial attack. Right, let's hide in here, Scoop. Let's follow Shaggy and Scooby into this cave.
Hey, where are Shaggy and Scooby? Oh, golly. Must have caved in on them. How did they get behind there?
I don't know, but we've got to get him out.
Creepers, a secret switch. And a fake wall.
Oh, my face. Now let's get out of here. Hold it, you guys.
Let's find out what somebody was trying to hide behind this stony wall. Wow, did you see what I see? Room full of recording equipment. But what's it doing in this cave?
Looks like our prehistoric pterodactyl monster's becoming less primitive all the time.
And it looks like we're coming closer to solving this mystery.
finishing up the second side of the butterfly for us. And then we're going to start on the background. Don't forget, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I'll answer them. Glue, not school glue. School glue does not work very well for this. I speak from experience. Just so you know, it's really easy to get it off. Now the glue will dry, and if you want to, you can remove the dried glue on the wings and such before you spray it. Now we're done with all the well, pretty much done with the black. There may be a few fill-ins that I'm doing here, just to close up some small gaps. Easy enough to do. You don't have to do this. It's just I'm very, I guess you could say, anal about it. I'm very, I like to close all the little tiny gaps that I see. It's not necessary. Because other people won't notice them like you do. Unless they're an artist themselves, then they might. Us artists usually notice the smaller details. It's just our nature. Okay then, now I'm going to put that away in my little baggie. You guys will get a baggie of each of the colors that you are using for your butterflies. Alrighty, so we're going to start on the background. I'm going to use a dark blue for mine. For yours, let's see. Jennifer, you're going to get sky blue and for a background color, and Monica, I'm going to send you a very light green, or what the label calls a mint green. It'll be very nicely accommodate your butterflies. And I'll package it all together and send it out when I get this closer to being done. Don't use this right now. Put that over there. Okay, so all we're doing is background now. Now you can do one of two ways for the background. You can go around the small bits first, which I usually do, or you can just start from one direction to the other or vice versa. I just like to do the smaller bits first. That way I don't have to worry about fighting with it later. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. Just going to fill it all in. And it's all the one color. No more changing colors unless you notice something that you want to fill in, which I do have a habit of noticing stuff that I want to fill in along the way. And then I get out my other colors that I was using and fill it in. And I just plug along like we normally do until it's completely done. And this part I can speed up because you guys know how to do this. You guys have been patiently waiting for this. The reason I did one exactly the same is so that I know how much of each color to package up for you ladies. And I will package up enough to design it the way that whether you want to go from light to dark or dark to light, it won't matter. You'll have definitely enough to do either way. Okay, here we are, almost done with this race mosaic, just the finishing touches. And We're just doing the repetitiveness, and we're just closing the gap between the edges. Hope you have fun doing your rice mosaics. Same as everything else, just put your glue down and go, go, go. Because you want to be able to take off the back of the frame. Or, yeah, take off the back of the frame and put your canvas in it and use the canvas as your backing rather than what they pack in the frame. The one I have in here will not work for this. You can also get a shadow box if you wanted to and use that. Okay, I'm back. Now these are not the right size frame for this particular project, but I'm just going to show you the front and back of this. Tighten down on this just a little bit here. I just pried them up. I didn't have to put anything on the canvas. I just took this whole thing out. Trash it. Goodbye. Put your mosaic in there the way you want it. Left side, right side, whatever. And then you put your little prongs back down. You'll put your prongs back down. This is not the right size for this particular canvas, but this is what I wanted to show you guys. To show you that's what you're going to do with is you're going to put them back down, and there you have your rice mosaic. Let me scroll that out for you. Whoa, a little bit too far. So that is you're going to prong it up. This is the type of frame you want, is the prongs where you can put them up or down as you see fit. Remove the backing completely off. Put your rice mosaic in it and put the prongs back down, and you're done, and you have it framed. Hopefully this was a helpful tutoring tool, and good luck. Have fun. Thank you once again for tuning in to Unlocked Crafts. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful in a learning experience. Don't forget, you can always chat with me and ask me any questions. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. And don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button on the bottom. And have a great day.